The phone screen glowed in the dark, casting a sickly blue light across my face as I stared at the message. Meet me at the usual spot. 10 p.m. Don't tell him. My thumb hovered over the reply button, heart hammering so loud it drowned out the soft hum of the refrigerator in our quiet kitchen. It wasn't my phone. It was Sarah's, left face up on the counter, buzzing like a warning siren. I'd only picked it up to silence it, thinking it was a spam call waking us at midnight. But now, the words burned into my retinas, each syllable a shard of glass in my chest. I set the phone down, hands trembling, and glanced at the hallway leading to our bedroom. Sarah was asleep, her soft snores drifting through the open door. The woman I'd loved for 8 years, married for 5, who'd laughed with me over burnt dinners and held my hand through my father's funeral, was hiding something. Or someone. The air felt thick, oppressive, like the house itself was holding its breath, waiting for me to decide what to do next. I didn't confront her that night. I couldn't. My mind churned, replaying every moment of the past few months. Her late nights at work, the way she'd started locking her phone, the vague excuses about girls' nights that stretched past midnight. Each memory was a puzzle piece I didn't want to fit together. Instead, I poured a glass of whiskey, the burn in my throat a poor distraction from the ache in my gut, and sat in the dark, listening to the clock tick toward dawn. The next morning, Sarah was all smiles, kissing my cheek as she poured coffee. "You look tired, Ben," she said, her voice warm but edged with something I couldn't place. Guilt? Pity? Work stressing you out again? Her hazel eyes met mine, and for a moment, I wanted to believe it was nothing. Just a misunderstanding. A friend's bad joke. But the memory of that text clung to me like damp clothes, heavy and cold. "Yeah, work," I lied, forcing a smile. "Long night." I watched her move through our routine, grabbing her keys, checking her reflection in the hall mirror. Her auburn hair caught the morning light, and I hated how beautiful she still looked, how normal this all felt. As she left for work, she called out, "Love you." The door clicked shut, and the words felt like a slap. That evening, Sarah dropped the line that would unravel everything. We were on the couch, half watching a movie, when she turned to me, her expression oddly serious. "Friends are forever, Ben," she said, almost rehearsed. "Husbands, they come and go." Her laugh was light, like she was joking, but her eyes didn't match the sound. They were distant, guarded, like she was testing me. I froze, the words slicing through the fog of denial I'd been hiding in. "Friendship is valuable," I said carefully, my voice steady despite the storm inside. "But so is loyalty." Her smile faltered, just for a second, before she changed the subject. That was the first crack in the dam. I didn't confront her. Not yet. Instead, I decided to test her words. If friends were forever, I'd lean into that. I started saying yes to every social invitation. Drinks with coworkers, hiking with old college buddies, even a book club I found on a community board. I joined a weekend soccer league, filled my calendar with brunches and game nights, and made plans without checking with Sarah first. Each time I left the house, I'd catch her watching me, her brow furrowing as she asked, "Another night out?" I'd shrug casual and say, "Gotta nurture those forever friendships, right?" At first, it felt like rebellion. I was proving a point, showing her I could live by her rules. But as the weeks passed, I found myself enjoying it. The laughter, the stories, the sense of being wanted. It was a balm for the suspicion gnawing at me. Meanwhile, Sarah grew quieter. She stopped going out as often, her girls' nights dwindling. One evening, as I grabbed my jacket for a trivia night, she snapped, "You're never available anymore, Ben. It's like I don't even exist to you." The irony hit me like a punch. "I'm just making friends," I said, my voice calm but laced with steel. "You said they're forever." Her face crumpled, and for the first time, I saw something like fear in her eyes. Not guilt, not yet, just the realization that her game, whatever it was slipping out of her control. The truth came out 6 weeks later. Not in a blaze of confrontation but in a quiet, devastating moment. I'd come home early from a canceled poker night, the house dark except for a faint glow from the living room. Sarah was on the couch, her phone in hand, tears streaming down her face. She didn't hear me come in. I stood in the doorway, watching as she typed, then deleted, then typed again. The screen lit up her face and I saw the name at the top of the chat. Mark. Mark. Her coworker. The one she'd mentioned in passing, always with a casual laugh, like he was just a friend. I'd met him once, at her office Christmas party. Tall, charming, the kind of guy who made everyone feel like they were his best friend. I'd shaken his hand, oblivious, while Sarah stood beside me, her arm linked with mine. Sarah, I said, my voice low. She jumped, the phone clattering to the floor. Her eyes widened, and in that moment I knew. No more doubts, no more rationalizing. The truth was written in her panic, her trembling hands, the way she stammered. It's not what you think. But it was. She didn't deny it when I asked, point blank, if she was sleeping with him. She just cried, her words tumbling out in fragments. How it started as a flirtation, how she felt ignored, how Mark made her feel seen. Each confession was a knife, twisting deeper. I wanted to scream, to break something, but I just stood there, numb, as the woman I loved tore our life apart. I didn't mean for it to happen, she sobbed. I love you, Ben. I got lost. Lost? I echoed, my voice breaking. You chose this. Every text, every lie, you chose him over me. She reached for me, but I stepped back, the space between us a chasm. I thought of her words, friends are forever, husbands come and go, and realized the betrayal wasn't just Mark. It was the way she'd diminished us, reduced our marriage to something disposable. I didn't leave that night. I slept on the couch, staring at the ceiling, replaying every moment I'd missed, every sign I'd ignored. The next morning, I made a decision. I packed a bag, not to leave forever, but to give myself space to breathe, to think. As I stood at the door, Sarah grabbed my arm, her voice desperate. Please, Ben. We can fix this. I'll end it with him. I'll do anything. I looked at her, really looked at her, and saw someone I didn't recognize. Forever includes your life partner, Sarah. I said, my voice quiet but firm. You forgot that. I walked out, the door clicking shut behind me, the sound echoing like a gunshot. I didn't know if we'd ever find our way back, but as I stepped into the cold morning air, one truth settled in my bones. I deserved more than a love that came and went.